Do you feel stuck? Do you feel unmotivated? Do you feel like you just have zero energy to do anything? Do you feel like you're on a survival mode every single day and all you want to do just to browse on your phone or watch some show on TV? Well, good news is this video is for you. I'm about to share with you a very simple technique that I've been using for a little bit over a year now. And this is how I get back my creativity, my motivation, my inspiration to write my books, to write my poems, to record video like this, to inspire other people to transform their life. So if you're ready, let's go. Well, one of the things, I'm not going to go into details. I have my first video. If you want to go ahead and rewatch it, it's how I started to talk to God, how I started to develop my personal relationship with Him, and how God became my ultimate life coach, my guide. And with any issue, I just go straight to Him and I ask Him straight question: what do I do? I don't want to feel this way, God. I don't want to feel like so unmotivated, so drained all the time. It's affecting my family, it's affecting my kids. I feel like I am failing. I feel like I have no energy to do anything, even to think. And one of the fascinating things about God, He never gives you a straightforward answer. And I remember when I asked Him the question, I was like, how do I get unstuck? I don't want to feel like I want to do things, but I just don't have energy or time to do it. Like, what do I do? How can I overcome this? And I remember this download that I had in my head. It was a very clear question. He said, what is more important, time or energy? And I was like, what does this has to do with me feeling unmotivated and stuck? And I was like, okay, I think time, because we've all been trained to believe that we don't have time, life is too short, right? And he said, well, you can have all the time in the world, but if you're gonna feel the way you feel right now, unmotivated and stuck with low energy, what do you think you're gonna do with that time? I was like, well, you're right, nothing. And then he said, you can have lots of energy and have very short period of time and accomplish a lot and inspire a lot. And that was such a profound message. I was like, wow, this is amazing. I was like, what is this energy? Like, how do I get this energy? And now I'm going to just explain to you what is the energy and what do we do with this, or life force, whatever you want to call it. We all get this energy and life force from God every single day. This is the very essence that keeps you moving, to keeps you motivating, to give you the drive to execute, to don't give up on your dreams, to engage in new projects, give you this sense of creativity that you can come up with that other people don't even know how to solve the problem. That this is the essence that makes you thrive, alive. And when he started to explain to me about energy, I was like, okay, he's like, you have this energy and there's only two ways that you can use this energy: either destroy or to create. The choice is yours. And I was like, I don't understand. What do you mean destroy or create? And then the more I was asking, the more clarity was coming to me into some like mental pictures and downloads when he told me there are two ways of waste your energy or invest your energy. I like this. I paraphrase it and said invest your energy into distraction or into creation. And when I say distraction, I'm going to describe you very clearly so you will understand what I mean. So we receive this life force, this energy, right? That is provided to us freely. We don't have to pay for that. It just comes to you. Until we're alive, we're gonna receive this energy every single day. The only question is, what do we do with that energy? Are we wasting it? Are we actually using it in the right way? Are we becoming aware that we even have this energy, this life force? So the question is, what do you do with that energy? And this is a very critical point when we have to become aware that we possess this life force, the energy that can bring you up to the next level. The question is, what do you do with it? What are you investing your energy into? And when I say distraction, so I'm going to describe distraction, destructive behavior and creative behavior. So when we have, just imagine a situation when just the average day, We go through emotions, we go through feelings, we go through thoughts, some memories on a repeat, and some maybe future plans. And depending if your thoughts have any negative emotion attached to it, it means you are investing your energy into distraction. So again, and I will give you an example, so bear with me. For example, let's take my example when I had a very tragic event in my life, and my father passed away when I was 9, and that memory was lingering over and over again. Not every day, but I had some days there will be like more persistence when I would go back on that painful day when he passed away suddenly, and I would be just engaging and just reliving those moments. Or let's say if I want to start a new project and I start thinking of the possible outcomes, what's going to happen out of this project, and it brings me a sense of anxiety. I'm fearful. I don't know if I have capacity to complete this project. Again, this is the clear indication that I'm investing my energy into distraction. This is how you know. And it was like, Xana, what do you mean? How do I determine if I'm investing my energy in the right way? So imagine if we would have two sides of us. One side is a godly side, when we're connecting to God, and this is the other side, a dark source, a dark side. So every emotion, feeling, behavior, any memories that we possess, that we have in our mind, when we start to engage and think or relive the memories that are so painful, or live in the future and worry about what the future is going to look like, or just live in the present moment, if you're going through some issue and you're just going, I don't know what to do, and just going on and on and on and on, it automatically indicates you investing your energy into distraction, meaning you attaching yourself to a dark source. So there are two sources, dark source and a godly source. What do? The first and foremost, we have to do the revision. What I do is, it's called check-ins. First of all, just make a habit to check your thoughts, your feelings, your memories, your thoughts, your behavior on not even like daily, just do it like every hour. Just do it every hour. Just, what am I thinking right now? What am I feeling right now? How I talk to people right now? Does it bring me a sense of anxiety? Does it bring me a sense of shame and guilt? Or do I feel anxious? Do I feel exhausted? Do I feel terrified? Is there any negative aspect? Is there any negative emotion attached to it? Just know you are wasting your energy. You're plugging into the dark source. And as a result, you're gonna feel exhausted, drained, unmotivated, and just feel tired. So what do? The step number 1, revision, revise, do check-ins once an hour. I did it almost every minute. I was like, what am I thinking right now? What am I thinking right now? So, and this is going to be like a habit. You have to develop a habit of do the check-ins or revision of your feelings and your thoughts. So again, just imagine the picture. So this is me. This is me connecting to the dark source, and this is me connecting to the godly source. And in between, we have the mind. I like to call it assessment center. The assessment center, it's almost like a ChatGPT that contains all of your memories, all of the data about your life, and it's just there to protect you. And there is your spirit that's provided by God. So imagine you have an idea coming into your life. I will take my example. When I was thinking, should I write a book? And when that idea came, it came from the creative side, from God. It says, Liana, you can write a book. As soon as this idea comes to you, the dark side activates as well. And it says, who are you kidding? You've never written a book before. Seriously? What do you think? And the mind is in between, listening for both sides. And what mind does, because it's like a ChatGPT that collects, stores all the data, all the life experience that you went through, all the bad, good, it doesn't matter. It just collects, it just stores everything there. And as soon as the idea comes in, godly idea comes in, The dark side activates and say like, you're not gonna succeed. You're gonna what? You're gonna start this new business? You never had a business. You remember how many? Do you remember how many failures you had? You started and then you wasted so much money, and it all ended up in a failure. This is the dark side talking, and the mind in between is just receiving both ideas. And what mind does, assessment center, right? Like let's call it assessment center. What it does, it really quickly goes back, assess the situation, and tell, oh yes, based on Zayana's experience, yes, she never written a book. Yes, she failed multiple times of starting new projects. I guess the dark side is right. I think we're gonna go with this. We're gonna go, and this is how we live our life. This is how we live our life. So what do we do? What do we do? We have to train this assessment center, this mind, to work for us. It's there for us. It's there to prevent. So we have to understand what mind is. Mind is there, assessment center is there to collect, to store all the data for you so you're not gonna die. So basically it's there to protect you. But sometimes it gets to the level, it takes the driver's seat and it just make decisions for you. And again, so the step number one, we have to become aware, to do the check-ins, the revision. Who is making these decisions right now? My soul, my spirit, or my mind? Who am I attaching to? Am I attaching to the dark side, or am I attaching to the godly source? So those are the very important things that you have to do and build as a habit. And I will explain you how it's going to transform your life. Just bear with me, please. I know this video is going to be a little long, but it's worth it to watch till the end. So we become aware, we have this energy, and it's two ways only to distribute this energy. Either destroy, or meaning connecting to the dark source, or connecting to the godly source, meaning you're going to be creating more, have more inspiration, have more, thrive, you're going to prosper, you're going to just be joyful and peaceful all at the same time. Those are the fruits of being connected to the godly source. So what I did, I was checking in every single minute to see, am I connecting to, and God told me, I do not give guilt of shame, of sense of anxiety, of fear, or when you feel anxious, any negative emotions, they're not from godly source. So this is how you know, this is how you do the check-ins. Do I feel a little down? Do I feel a little anxious about this project? Do I feel a little bit uncertain? Do I have some doubts about this relationship that I'm going in? Like anything, any issue in your life, if you feel those feelings, it means you are connected to the dark source. God would never made you feel uncertain. He would never made you feel doubtful. He would never make you feel fearful or anxious. Those are the indicators that you are connecting to the dark source. So what do? We check in quickly. We just stop. You don't analyze. You don't think, why am I thinking? No, you just stop. Just stop, recognize, okay, I don't want this. I don't want to feel any of it. I'm going to waste my energy on this. And as a result, I'm going to feel exhausted and drained. And this is how I was saying to my mind, I don't want to feel this, like anxious. I don't want to relieve that memory, painful memory that I have, because as a result, I'm going to feel drained. I'm going to feel exhausted. And when I will want to write my book, I will have zero energy to create any good ideas, to implement new ideas. Or if you want to start a business, you're not going to have that energy because you waste it all on the past memory, or on the future memory, or on the current negative memory. So what do? You just stop. And this is how you're going to train your mind. It's very critical. So your mind, remember, your mind, the assessment center there is to protect you from getting hurt, from getting disappointed, from getting taken advantage of it, because it stores all this data about you, right? So we have to make sure that the mind with us on the same track, that it's not on the driver's seat, it's on the passenger seat, and your soul, your being, you start to tell them. And I said, listen, you recognize you're attached to the wrong source. You go straight to God. And I said, God, I'm feeling anxious about this meeting. I'm feeling exhausted. I don't want to feel this way. I don't know why I'm keep reliving that past painful memory in my life. I don't know why I'm worried about this, my future, or my kids, or my husband, or whoever that might be. I'm worried about my job, and my student loan, whatever the issue is. If it burdens you, it's not from God. Just remember that. Anything that makes your spirit to go down, makes your energy go down, this is not a godly source. So you have to stop. What do? You unplug. What do we do next? We plugged in to who? To God. You plugged into God. By how? Just go into him and tell him, listen, I don't want to feel this. I'm feeling anxious about this meeting. I'm feeling anxious about this. I don't think I have doubts that I can actually write my book. I have doubts that I actually start this new business. Could you help me? What do you say? What do you say? This is how we unplug and plug into the God, and then wait and listen what he has to say. And usually he would give you this sensation or the feeling of peace and calm, and he would always find the right way how to communicate with you, and it will make sense only to you. So that's how you connect to him. And what your mind is doing at this moment, the assessment center, right? So why are we doing this? We train this mind to know that being connected to the dark source actually is really bad for us, meaning it's a danger to us. This is how mind interprets your attachments to dark or bad to the godly source. And I was training him by saying, listen, I don't want to relieve that memory because it drains my energy. If it drains my energy, meaning I have no motivation to do anything, like nothing. And when I addressed the same issue to God, I said, how do I do? And then he would, specifically about the memory of my dad, he gave me this mental picture of me being a little child, like just a little memory, like exactly from my dad's funeral when he was behind my back holding me. And I just felt such enormous relief from that pain, and that memory is no longer haunting me. It's done, it's healed. So my mind, the assessment center is here like, oh, actually, when she is plugged into the godly source, it's actually help her to get rid of that, annoying memory that was there, that was draining her. So this is how I train my assessment center to register. This is not good for us. I don't have to be reliving that memory. So if I attach to a godly source, it gives me the solution. It gives me the sense of peace and calm. It gives me breakthrough. And this is how you get your mind, your assessment center on board with you. Because if you're going to be just doing, I don't want to be attached to the dark source, let's go mind. Your mind is going to run as like, but what do we do now? Like we have to come up with some sort of conclusion. And then mind will give you some solutions that are not good for you. So the only source that we can connect is the godly source. And this is how you get your motivation. This is how you get your inspiration to do things. This is how you get your breakthrough. And this is how I was able to navigate my turbulence time by just simply going to God. This is how simple it is. You just go to him. Do the check-ins. Like I promise you, if you're going to do it for, I don't know how long it's going to take you to learn a new skill. Do you know, like when we are riding a bike or we're learning how to drive a car, it takes some time for us to practice, to learn. And the more you practice, the more you learn. What do? We train this assessment center. We don't have to spend any more energy. Like we understand why we need this. And your mind is observing that. It's like, okay, so she is learning this new skill because she needs it. So I have to help her. And I don't know how long it's gonna take. For me, it took a month, I think, to train to have my assessment center on the same page with me. When now, if any situation arises, any negative situation occurs in my life, I just do a quick check-in. I was like, okay, does it make me feel bad? Yes. Does it make me feel down? Yes. Does it make me feel anxious? Yes. I don't need it. Unplug, plug in back to God. I feel sad, I feel depressed, that person made me cry, or I feel I don't have enough skills to do this project, or I feel not good enough to start, or to start the new project. You just tell him, and it's like, this is how I feel, and I don't want to feel this way. Would you help me? What do I do? How do I navigate? And you just sit and wait. Just sit and wait. It's very simple, and he will give you some breakthroughs. And again, depending how busy your mind is, and again, this is another thing about disciplining your mind, because our mind is, I feel sad for our mind because he's being bombarded with so many information that we just it's like a dump. We just dump any, like, it's news, social media, it's a different video podcast that we listen. And like, you also have to be very selective. What are you listening? Who are you engaging to? Are you listening to the news 24/7? Are you watching the movies that are drain your energy? If you're watching a movie that is very destructive, that is not giving you a sense of inspiration and motivation, you wasted your energy and distraction. You wasted your time and your energy. So you have to become very, very selective. Who you hang out with, what are your thoughts are. Are you gonna get engaged? Are you gonna get engaged in the argument with someone outside? Or if someone cuts you on the parking lot, you're gonna, curse them. You will become so aware that your life force, your energy is so precious. You wouldn't want to waste the ounce of it to some argument or some comment that someone made online about you, or some person who cuts you in the traffic, some person who was rude to you at the bar or at the restaurant, whatever that may be, or even that someone in your close proximity, someone your family member. And I will make a video about that, how you deal with the difficult people. It's going to be my next video. But you will become aware that this life force is given to you to create, to get inspiration, to do things, to make the project, to execute, to charge. Don't hesitate. And any ideas that will come from God to you, you will actually have the energy to execute. So because you're not going to be spending all of your precious life force on distraction anymore. It's not serving you. It's killing you. And it's preventing you from living your best life that you were always meant to be. So I encourage you, I guarantee, if you're just going to be very consistent to do the chickens, to do the revision of your thoughts, to do the revision of your behavior, your memories, again, very big one, memories, past memories, current memories, future memories. Some people live in the future, worry about, the Trump and the war. You cannot solve it. You can't solve this. Or maybe you could, if you will be connected to the right source. Maybe you will come up with some great idea that God will give you. It's like you can solve all of this. But because if you're going to keep engaging in this dark source, you're never going to have energy to execute those ideas, or even have ability to receive those ideas from God. And I'm telling you from my personal experience, this is not just some theory. A year ago, I was stuck. I felt like my life was just on an autopilot and I was just surviving. I watched all the shows. I wasted all my energy on the social media and the shopping. It was just a waste of the precious energy. Now, within a year, I was able to write my first book. It's in the process of editing. I'm writing my second book. I'm writing poems. I'm making the videos like that. I'm talking to people. I inspire them. People around me see this transformation. They feel how much energy I have. And it's not just a positive thinking. It's another affirmation. It's a real energy, and people can sense it. I think even you can sense it right now. And you can only get that when you become aware that you have that precious life force, the energy, and you become aware of what are you spending it on. What are you investing your energy on? On a distraction, you're connecting to the dark source, or you're connecting to the godly source? Do that. I guarantee, if you just give it a try, and I guarantee your life will be transformed. And not only your life, the life the people around you will be transformed. You're going to come up, because just listen, just hear me out on this. Once you become aware that this precious energy comes to you freely, you don't have to pay for this. You don't have to pay for it. It just by default comes to you. The only question, what are you going to do with this? How are you spending this? What are you distributing? What are you wasting this energy on? Being connected to the destructive behavior, being connected to the dark source, or being connected with God. Once you have these negative thoughts, memories, go to Him, unplug, plug into the godly source. Tell Him, I don't want to feel this way. I was invited for this project, but I'm fearful. My assessment center is not working with me, telling me, are you kidding me? Your whole life you were a failure. Are you going to be suddenly now all transformed? There is no backup for the mind to do that. But if you're going to keep on practicing, Keep on doing check-ins. Keep on doing the revision of your thoughts, your behavior. You're just going to clean up the things, how much time you spend on internet, and what are you actually consuming on the internet. If it's nothing that makes you feel excited, inspired, it's a waste of your precious energy that could be used for good, for you actually to become your better version, or the version that you were always meant to be. And the more you're gonna do it, the more results you will see, the more God will speak more loudly to you, and because you will be disconnected from the dark source more and more. I'm not saying the bad things not gonna happen to you. I'm not saying the negative people are not still gonna be in your life, but you will be learn how to deal with them. And how? Just by connecting with God. He's the ultimate guideline. He's the ultimate guide. He's the ultimate life coach to you, who can walk you through your darkest moments. And again, I'm saying this as a testimony. It's something that I didn't read in the book. I didn't watch a video about it. It's something that I lived firsthand. That's why I'm so convinced. I know it works. But it all requires for you to take action actually, and recognize that you have this energy, and it only has two outcomes: being connected to the dark source or being connected to the God source. And choice is yours. God cannot force you to be on his side. He's always there. He's waiting for you. All you have to do is just to become aware. Unplug. Do I feel negative emotion? Yes. Unplug. God, what would I do with this? I don't want to feel this way. Don't ask him why. Don't analyze, why am I feeling this? It's a waste of your energy. Just say, what do I do with this? I don't want to feel this way. How do I deal with this? And just wait and become aware. And your mind, the more you're going to do, your assessment center is going to be on the same page with you. And now, it's been a little over a year now. Every time when the negative situation occurs or someone says something bad to me, I just straight go to God. I was like, I don't want to feel this way. That person made me really bad. That person made me like, I'm unworthy, or I'm not good enough. Whatever the message is in your head, we all have that very lifeline that is very that hurt us. And I don't want to feel that way. What do you want me to do? And you just wait for him. Wait for him, and I'm guaranteed he's gonna tell you. And if your mind is really busy, you might not get the sensation right away. I don't know. He's gonna find the way to talk to you, communicate with you that makes sense to you. Sometimes when at the beginning, when my mind was too busy, he was talking to me through numerology, like say numbers, right? I would get the numbers and then I would Google it, and I would get some verse from Bible that would give me some clarity what to do next. The next one, it was through people or through some short videos or podcasts that would be like literally my question, and I would get the answer right away through someone speaking. Then I was like, I don't want to use the mediator. I want to talk straight to you. And this is how you become, you discipline yourself. The more you discipline, the more clear his voice will be played in your head. You will have that relationship when you feel safe, when you can come with any issue of your life, and not to waste your energy on a distraction, actually on creation. And he's going to give you that solution. He's going to give you that, maybe not a straightforward answer, but he will give you the breakthrough when you're going to feel released, free, when you're going to get the sense of, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to charge, I'm ready to start on this project. I actually have this idea what I'm going to write about, book, or what the song is going to be about, whatever that is, whatever that project will come up in your life. But I don't know, because only he knows what he has for you. But all I can do right now, I'm just simply delivering the message that worked for me. I'm not here to persuade you or make you believe that it's all true, but this is simply my life testimony. And that's why I'm so convinced that it's not just a theory. And if you really want that, if you really want a transformation, if you don't want to feel stuck, and I know God never intended you to feel depressed, anxious, not worthy, not qualified, not loved, not appreciated. Those are all the bad, not godly thoughts, not godly feelings. He never intended you to live that way. He wants you to thrive. He wants you to have joy in your heart. He wants you to have peace and be creative. We're ultimately creators too. He is creator. He made us, we are his creation, to create here on earth. And the only way we can create by using our energy. If you don't have energy, you cannot create, you cannot do anything. So I encourage you, become aware that there is a precious life force, the energy that is within you, that is provided freely to you by God. And you're the one who make a decision. Are you going to invest this in a destruction or in a creation? Are you going to be plugged into the dark side, or actually you're going to just say, I had enough, unplug, go to God, plugged in, get inspiration, get joy, get peace, get clarity, get motivation to go through. You're going to be on fire. People will be looking at you and they'll be amazed. They will be drawn to you because people want to hang out with people who have a good energy. They don't want to hang out with people who are like, oh, I'm just passing by, I'm just tired, exhausted. No one wants to hang out with people like that. There's nothing they can gain from you. And we're only here to give what we have. So I encourage you, stay connected with God. If you want a transformation, stay connected with God. And do not let the world to dim your light. See you next video.